Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Cartesian product. And basically, when you have two sets A and B, the Cartesian product of these sets is mathematically denoted using this symbol here. And its elements are obtained by considering all possible combinations of the elements from set A and set B. Now, the mathematical representation can be given in terms of this one here, where this is going to be written as the Cartesian product of A and B. So here are going to be the elements of that Cartesian product, and we use curly bracket to denote that it is a set. And inside here we're going to use the round bracket, where inside the round bracket here is going to be the possible combination of the elements in set A and the elements in set B. So here we say we're going to consider the small a, small letter here, which is representing all the elements in A, and this small b here representing the elements in set B here. So we're going to consider both possible combination, and the order is important because here when you have Cartesian product of A and B, therefore the order has to be set A, the elements in set A combined with the elements in set B. So if let's say you are interested to find the Cartesian product of B and A, therefore the order is going to be reversed, and it's going to be B first and then A. So that is how you're going to write the notation, yeah. So here is, excuse me for I'm running out of space, but basically that's the idea. You have to follow the order. Okay, now let's look at this example here, a very simple example where you can see that A is given by this. Set A consists of x, y, and z. Set B consists of 1, 2, and 3. So in order to find the Cartesian product of A and B, we are going to consider the order in terms of set A first and then B. So if you look at this representation here, so this is the curly bracket to denote that it's going to be a set. So these are all the elements in the particular set, and you can see that the order here is such that this is x here is comes from set A, and it will be combined with 1. So 1 here is coming from set B, so this is the notation as A and B. And next we're going to consider other possible combination, which is x and 2, and then it goes on actually. So in this manner, if I want to list it properly, it will go with x and 3. Okay, and then we move on to next y1, and then we are going to have y2, and then you have over here y3, and then we're going to consider z with 1. Okay, so z with 1, z with 2, and finally we have z with 3. And if we switch the order, let's say you want to find the Cartesian product for B and A, then we've got to consider the position sort of reversed. So in this case, it's going to be 1 and x, 1 and y, 1 and z, and it's going in this pattern, in this manner, and finally you will have 3 with z. Yeah, so that's the idea, and the result here are clearly different. Okay, so Cartesian product of A and B is not the same as the Cartesian product of B and A. So let me just rewrite that. So Cartesian product of A and B is not equal to B and A, the Cartesian product of B and A. Okay, now let's try another example here related to Cartesian product. And here we have three different sets. A consists of X and Y, B 1, 2, 3, C, R, and S. Now let's try our first question here. We want to find the Cartesian product for A and B. So in this case, we're just going to list the elements according to the order. So we're going to consider the elements of set A first, and then followed by the element of set B. So in this case, it's going to be, so this is A and this is B, so it's going to be x1. That is the first element here. And then we're going to have x2, the second element. So this is the second element, yeah. The whole thing is the second element. And then we're going to have x3. Next, we're going to have y1, y2. Be careful with the comma and all. Okay, and then we are going to have y3. Next, we have, okay, that's all. We are done with that. So x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. So that's all. Okay, so we are done. Okay. Right, next we are going to move on to finding this part here. Okay, so this one is Cartesian product of A and B, and then we're going to consider another set here, which is C. And we all know the process that whenever we have something in the bracket, we're going to do that process first. Then in this case, in the bracket here is the Cartesian product of A and B. And this part is already done in the first question, so we can use the answer given in the first question in order to come up with the solution for the second question here, yeah. So in this case, we are going to consider all this as the elements in that particular set, yeah. So okay, so these elements are going to be combined with the elements in set C over here. So how is the answer going to look like? All right, so it's going to look like this. Okay, so now the combination is going to be, so this is the first element. We can see that this is the first position here, so we're going to consider the elements in this set first. Therefore we've got a round bracket, and what's the element in this set? So the element here is x and 1. So this is the first element, and it's going to be combined with r. So comma r, close the bracket, comma. So I hope you can see what I'm doing right here. So here is the first element of this set, which comes directly from here, yeah. So that is the first element, and then we will separate it with a comma here now because we want to combine it with the element from C. So C is R, which directly comes from here. So this is the combination of the two elements, and then we have the round bracket outside, and the whole thing here is the first element of the whole question asked here, yeah. Okay, so now let's move on to the next possible combination, which is going to be the first one here, x1, and you are going to combine it with s. So there you go. Next, we're going to move on to the next element, which is this one. So we have x comma 2, sorry, it's comma 2, and then we are going to combine that with r. Okay, so spacing and comma needs to be taken care of, If you have better spacing, it's good because you can see clearly what are the elements inside that particular set. Okay, so next we have this one again. So this one here combined with S. So we have x2 combined with S. And then we're going to have this guy over here. So we have x3 combined with R. And then we're going to have x3 combined with S. So x3 here combined with S. And you can continue on with this pattern. So next we will have y1 with R, and then y1 with S, and next we're going to have y2 with R and y2 with S. Next we're going to have this element here, which is y3 with R, and finally that element here with S, and curly bracket. Okay, so that's it for the second question. Right, next let's move on to the last question here. This one. So for this one, you can see that we have to consider three sets simultaneously, the Cartesian product of three sets. And so the answer to this is going to look like this. So here we have the Cartesian product of three sets simultaneously being considered. So we start off with the curly bracket, and then we got a round bracket with a possible combination. According to the order, set A has to appear first, and then B, and then C. So here we have X will be combined with 1 and will be combined with R. So we're going to consider all possible combinations from the three sets simultaneously, yeah? So that is the first one. Next, I'm going to consider X and 1 and S. So everything has to be systematically being considered, okay? So this one, X, 1, and S. So that's the second element. Next, what else? We can have X and 2 and R, X and 2 and S, yeah? Next, we can have X, 3 and R, X, 3 and S. And then we can have Y, 1 R, Y, 1 S. And then we can have y2 R, y2 and S, y3 R, y3 S. And that's it, we are done. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching.